Based on the initial interviews with Kevin and with his teacher, the threat assessment team assembles to review the available information. In talking with the counselor, Kevin seemed depressed. He reported having no real friends and commented that people always end up not being who they say they are. He acknowledged that he has thought about hurting himself in the past, but denies thinking about it now. Despite this, the counselor is concerned about him. He showed her his journal, which had writings and drawings of themes of death, anger, and pain. The administrator is also concerned. Kevin's teacher shared a worksheet on which he had written on the back, "I will take them one by one. Should I leave survivors?" She reported that Kevin's grades have dropped over the course of the year, and he is currently failing. There is one girl in the class, Sarah, who was friends with him in the beginning of the year, but not now. She has distanced herself from him, moving her seat to the other side of the room. Other kids make fun of him about his clothes, his hair, anything. He doesn't really fight back, other than sometimes he tries to stare them down, which doesn't usually work. The teacher reports that she hasn't had any contact with his parents, although she has reached out about his grades.
Sarah was interviewed by the school social worker, who showed her a photo on her phone that Kevin had posted last night. She used to consider Kevin a friend, but he has really changed, and she is afraid of him. Kevin's father was called to pick him up. When Mr. Miller arrives, he is interviewed by the SRO. When asked about access to weapons, the father becomes belligerent and questions the officer's authority to ask that. The SRO explains the concerns, and the father shares that he has a number of guns which are appropriately secured. The family has a large property with a shooting range, which the whole family uses.
The threat assessment team meets and reviews the information. They objectively consider the level of concern presented by Kevin and the situation. What level of concern do you think is presented by this situation? What are your reasons for that assessment?